Welcome back to Pre-Algebra Chapter 3, Section 2 in this book. And then what we're going to be doing is called solving equations having like terms and parentheses. In other words, sometimes you have to get things a little better looking before you can ask yourself, why is X not alone? So what I call it is, why is it ugly? So here we have a problem. Why is it ugly? And the reason why it's ugly is there are two X's. So before we can do anything, we have to sing. Gathering up your terms and dance, stowing away the time. Gathering up your terms. We had to do a little extra that time. Okay, so what is 5.2 plus 8? Well, 20 cents and 80 cents is $1. So I know this is 6, really just 6x, because 5.20 plus 0.80 is 6. But you can do it on your calculator if you're not sure. I usually will circle these first to gather them up, and then I'll mark them out. It's part of my organization. Remember I told you I'm a little dyslexic, and I had a very bad concussion when I was learning this from a horse accident, and anything I can do to be more organized really helps me. But I think it helps everybody, even those who are non-concussed or dyslexic. So I think more organization in math is a key to getting those hundreds on your test. All right, so now what do? Bring down what we didn't mess with. Plus 47 equals 377. Now we can ask our question. Why is X not alone? Well, two reasons. It's times 6 and plus 47. And we're going to work from what's further away to X to what's closer. That means we're going to get rid of the plus 47 first. What's the opposite of plus 47? Minus 47. What I do to one side, I do to the other. What happens to these? I cancel them out. What do I bring down? What I didn't mess with. So 6x and the equal sign. Now I can do this. 7 minus 7 is 0. 7 minus 4 is 3. And there we have it. Now I ask myself a second time, why is X not alone? It's being multiplied by 6. If a number is sitting next to a letter, it means multiply. So I do the opposite. What's the opposite of multiplying by 6? Dividing by 6. What I do to one side, I do to the other. What happens to these? They cancel out. What is 330 divided by 6? You probably need to do it on your calculator. It's 55. Ta-da! We did it. Okay, let's try this. New problem. So our new question is, if everything's not easy, it looks like I didn't bother writing down the whole problem. There is no equals. If there's no equals, we have a problem here. This is the equals right there. All right. Is that the problem right? Is that thing negative? No, not negative. Okay. So this is from your book. So now instead of asking why is not X alone, before we do, we ask why is it ugly? And why is it ugly? It has parentheses. So before we do anything, we need to do the distributive property. Every single time I draw arrows to remind myself not just to multiply by the first number, but the second one too. Because I might get distracted and forget what I'm doing before I get to the second one. You laugh, but it's true. Alright, so I'm going to bring down what I didn't mess with and do 7 times 3 is 21, and 7 times negative x is negative 7x. If you multiply a number and a letter, you just write them next to each other. This one's negative, that one's positive, so it's negative. All right, now I can ask my question. Why is X not alone? Well, it's got this 21 and that 7. I'm going to work from what's further away to what's closer. Is that 21 negative or positive? It's positive. The negative goes with the 7. So what's the opposite of this plus 21? Minus 21. What I do to one side, I do to the other. Those cancel out. Negative 21 minus 21 is negative 42 equals negative 7x. Now then, why is X not alone? It's being multiplied by negative 7. What's the opposite? divide by negative 7. What I do to one side, I do to the other. These cancel out. Negative 42 divided by negative 7 is 6, because 2 negatives make a positive, and 6 times 7 is 42. Okay? Equals x. And you can have your x on either side. Ta-da! Okay. Let's go on to this one. What's our question? Why is it ugly? Parentheses. So step 1, draw your arrows. Step 2, multiply it out. Negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. Negative 3 times positive 4x, times negative 4x is positive 12x, because 2 negatives make a positive. Bring down what I didn't mess with. Now I can ask my question, why is x not alone? Well, it's got a 12 and a 24. We're going to work from what's further away to what's closer and get rid of the negative 24 first. What's the opposite of minus 24? Plus 24. What I do to one side, I do to the other. Those cancel out. 12x equals 36. Now, I brought down what I didn't mess with. Now I ask myself again, why is x not alone? It's being multiplied by 12. So we're going to do the opposite and divide by 12. What we do to one side, we do to the other. These cancel out. X equals 3. This isn't terrible, is it? Let's do another one. Why is it ugly? It's got a parentheses. So we're going to, step 1, draw our arrows. Step 2, bring down what we didn't mess with and do our multiplying. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2, because 2 negatives make a positive. Bring down some more stuff we didn't mess with. Now, again we ask, why is it ugly? It has 2 x's. So what are we going to do? Sing! Gathering up your terms, stowing away the time. Alright, so I'm going to circle them. I told you I like to. 5x minus 2x is 3x. Bring down what I didn't mess with, the 2 that equals in the 8. And now I can finally say, why is x not alone? Because of the 2 and the 3, and we're going to work from what's further away to what's closer. And I usually draw that arrow every single time too. Okay, so what's the opposite of plus 2? Minus 2. What I do to one side, I do to the other. Those cancel out. We bring down what we didn't mess with. And then 8 minus 2 is 6. Why is x not alone? It's being multiplied by 3. What's the opposite? Divide by 3. What I do to one side, I do to the other. These cancel out. Bring down what you didn't mess with, the x and the equals. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Alright, do your homework, practice it, and I promise you're going to get good at it. Math is great.